Hello, hello. This is Paula from Paula's Wonderful Life. Excuse the way I look. I've been outside mowing and planting and weeding, and there's nothing glamorous about that. But I just thought I would show you this sweet little DIY that I seen on Pinterest. Let me flip you around. And as I said before in my last video, I got these at the thrift store, and they're not vintage. They're just left over from a wedding. And you always get these if you have flowers delivered or if you buy just a single rose or something like that, or a small bouquet. You always get these. And I never know what to do with them. Well, I saw this on Pinterest, and I plan on having the cottage garden along the rock wall that I have in the backyard. And I have some wooden dowels, and they're about a ½ inch, about like that, big around. They're sturdy, they're solid. And I'm like, well, what do I do with those? Well, I saw this on Pinterest where you take the vase and you say hi, Ivy. Say hi. You take the vase and you tip it upside down and you put it on top of the dowel. And of course, the dowel goes in the ground. And you can have it as tall or as short as you want. But I didn't know what to do with these either. I know that excuse my dirty fingernails, but I got this set before Easter, remember? And I didn't know what to do with it. So I have the saucers and the cups, and I thought what I would do is this DIY I saw on Pinterest. And you just take this, and you take the saucer and you tip the saucer upside down, and then on the bottom edge you put E6000. I find this to be a good brand, or you can get the Gorilla Glue. Use quite a bit and just put it around the outer edge really thick, and then because that's the raised edge, the middle's kind of got a dip in it, and you're not going to adhere to the bottom of the plate or saucer. And then you just find the middle and you just place it like that. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to tip it up when it's dry, and we're going to E6000 or Gorilla Glue this in the middle of the saucer. So let me get to that point and I will show you what I do. Okay, and the next step, these are the dowels I'm talking about. And the next step, this is what I do. If you had a thicker dowel, like probably an inch or so, it probably wouldn't matter. But I don't want these flopping around and being lopsided. So if you have some duct tape, just go down about, I don't know, 4 inches, and start with the duct tape and just wrap it around a few times until you get it a little thicker. And what this does is when you stick that on top of the dowel, it's snugger and it'll be straighter and sturdier when it's in the ground. And the rain shouldn't get in there because this will be upside down. This is going to be flipped the other way, and this will be in the ground. All right. Okay, so these have been drying. I used the E6000 glue. And then I want to show you when you flip it right side up, well, the vase is actually upside down, but the saucer's up. Then you do the same thing with the E6000 glue. What you do is you go around, here, let me set this up here. You go around the raised rim on the bottom, because that's what's going to make contact with the saucer. And then you set that on there, and then we let that dry, and then I'm going to take you outside and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're on the last step of the DIY. I was going to show you what they look like. But see how cute they are? And you put the bird seed in there. See? So cute. And that'll look nice. I do have some things planted back here. I've got some bachelor buttons that I grew from seed. And then I bought a couple annuals. And then over in this bed, I added some more coral bells because I like the different color foliage. So when this is all grown out, it will kind of blend with the hostas. I still don't know what these are. I'm thinking they're some kind of a daisy. I'm not sure, but they are going to bloom. And they're pretty tall. And then I have some, this gets morning sun until it goes around to the west side. And I have some little cosmos from seed coming up here. So that'll fill in this space here nicely. And then I do have a yellow iris that came up on its own. And that almost looks like a peony bush of some sort. I'm not sure what it is. I'll let you know what it is when it blooms. And then, oh, and I have my forget-me-nots coming up out of the ground there. So those will be cute next spring and summer. I'm still not sure what this is. I'm going to have to Google it. And then over here, my English daisies. And I did plant them rather small, but we'll see. We'll see what they do. I'll just keep them watered really good and it should be fine. And then I planted a poppy, and I have a lily, and then of course my creeping red thyme. And then over here I have some things coming up. Here's another, not sure what it is, but my ferns that I planted are coming along nicely. They'll be doing really good. Here's another, I think this is phlox, and it's pink. And then these, they're shade loving, and I've had them before. I want to say they're trilliums or something like that. At first I thought it was quack grass, and I'm glad I didn't pick it because it's gonna bloom. And these ferns are doing okay. I do have something that looks like a rose bush. I'm pretty sure it is a rose bush because there's thorns on this dead here. So I'm going to nurture that. And then I have these coming up, and they're real wispy. And I'm not sure what poison ivy looks like. So I have to Google that too, but they're coming up in the lily of the valley. See them all over coming up? And I'm not sure what they are. That's pretty. That came up on its own. And then the pink phlox. And that will spread. So yeah, I'm liking the way it looks so far. I brought this out from under the deck and set it down there. It looks good there. At the base of my porch. And we need rain so bad here. It's so dry, and there's no rain in the forecast till next Friday, I think it is. But I have 2 elephant ears in here, and then I planted some nasturtiums here in the front. I'm not sure how well they do because it doesn't get sunny until later in the afternoon. This is west facing, southwest facing. Same thing here. I've got 2 elephant ears in here, and then I have some nasturtium seeds planted in there. My hydrangea's doing well. I've got some lavender, and I've got that, it's like a wild geranium, but it's like citronella. It's supposed to keep away the bugs, mosquitoes. And then I have my impatiens planted in there, and they'll get bushy and like overflow in my little file cabinet that I got at a garage sale. This came up on its own. I'm gonna keep an eye on that and see what type of bush it is. My willow, I did have to whack it down, but it's still green. So I just gave it a good hard pruning, and I'm watering it, and I hope it comes back. And a viewer told me that these are called Star of Bethlehems. And I love them. They're almost done though blooming. Almost done. So, yep, that's all I have for you today. I did do some planting in my window boxes up on my deck. I have a lot to do up here yet. But I just got some wave yellow petunias. And if you pinch back the blooms, they do bush out. I hear you, Fritz. So I planted those in my window boxes. I think they're going to do well because they get sunshine up here. So I got 3 of those. And then I had some strawberry plants. And I had these toads. So what I did is I just put the strawberry plants up on the deck. They should get nice and warm. The soil will get warm, and it's sunny in the morning and the early afternoon, and then it's all shady here late afternoon, so it should be safe. But yeah, I love the way those look down there, and when everything gets big and blooms, they look nice. I got these at a garage sale. I got 2 of them, so I have to find some coconut liners, and I'll probably be planting more petunias in there. Something that likes the sun because it gets warm up on this deck. And then I also have those hanging baskets there on the tree. I need to find something to go in there, probably some impatiens because it's shady. I'd like to get some white impatiens and put them in there because they'll bush out and look pretty against the tree bark. But yeah, there's a little tour of how things are going so far. And thanks for joining me from Paula's Wonderful Life. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing because I'll be doing more DIYs and gardening and showing you all kinds of stuff here around my little cottage. Alrighty, talk to you later. Bye.